everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOCReader, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my June TBR. I cannot believe it is already June. Time is flying so fast. So I got back from my cruise and I was just tired the first few days. Even though I did a lot of relaxing on the ship, I came back home exhausted. And I also came back home and saw that somebody hit my parked car on the street. So my bank account wasn't even necessarily hurting from vacation. It was hurting from my deductible that I'm going to have to pay because my deductible is high. So y'all pray for me, put out good vibes, good energy. That almost ruined my trip. But trying to keep a positive attitude. I have a couple of books that I am working on reading before the end of the month. I'm reading like at least 10 books right now. There's just so many books that I'm at different sections of, and I'm like, man, what do I read for June? I feel like I haven't been living up to my reading potential this year, even though I still have read a good amount of books. And there are a lot of things that I am in the process of reading or that I still want to get to. And so these are the books I'm just like, yeah, we're doing this in June. We're getting these finished. This is The Broken Hearts Agency by Clarence A. Haynes, and this is actually a shorter fantasy. It's urban fantasy. So for those of y'all who are looking for a shorter fantasy read, this might be for you. It is out on June 23rd. Evelyn Kendricks is having a day. An overworked manager, she's been dumped by her toxic boyfriend while struggling to cope with the recent ghost invasion that shocked the world. Devastated, she is mysteriously summoned to an eerie townhouse where she meets Linda Villanueva, a private investigator who runs a secret mystical detective agency. She's able to sense the emotions of others, especially those suffering from heartache. Linda would like nothing more than to help her latest client. But she soon makes a gruesome discovery. People are losing their memories and wandering the DC streets in a zombie-like daze. Their eyes demon red, their skin blistered, burning, and no one understands why. Panic has begun to consume the city as more folks succumb, putting Evelyn and other residents at risk. In the biggest case of her life, Linda follows a trail of clues to unearth an evil force far deadlier than anything she could have imagined. And all the while, she must reckon with the tragedies of her past and the price she's paid for her supernatural gifts. So I enjoyed Clarence A. Haynes' first book, and I was super excited when his publisher offered me a copy. So shout out to Hachette, I am excited to read this one. This is Olive Takes Action. I was supposed to read this during the month of May. Did I get to it? Not at all. I thought I was going to read it during the month of April. Did I get to it? No. I am on chapter 1. So I really need to do better. This has been on my shelf for a couple of years now, and I really need to get back into my middle grade bag. This is Abby in Orbit Going Supernova. Shout out to Albert Whitman for sending me a copy. So I actually thought they were closing because I remember them filing for bankruptcy or something like that. And so I was surprised when I saw that a new Abby in Orbit book had released. This is book 5. And this is a really fun series about a girl living on the International Space Station. When I was looking for books about Black kids in space, I stumbled upon this one. After she accidentally makes a big splash on Galaxygram, the universe's most popular social media network, Abby struggles to balance her newfound fame with her real-life friends, family, and schoolwork. How can she keep it all together without losing what matters the most? So I have been advocating for more chapter book series, and I thought this was just one of the fun ones. And like I said, this is book 5. So once I'm done reading it, I'm just going to take the collection and pass it on to one of my nieces. Speaking of Black kids in space, this one is Aku, Journey to Ibra by Makai Johnson, and it actually hit the New York Times bestsellers list, which makes me even more excited to finally pick it up. Now, I gave it to my niece. I gave the art copy to my niece because I was like, I'm not reading it fast enough. She is the target audience for it. You know, it's her first arc. Tell me how she didn't even read it yet. Like, she is on my kind of time where she has this long TBR and we want to read everything, but we are not reading enough. And so she's like, oh, Auntie, I'm still working on that one series you gave me. And I'm like, what happened to this one? She's like, oh, I haven't picked it up yet. So we might end up picking this one up together because June is the start of summer and we both have a little bit more wiggle room and free time. So it'll be nice to maybe buddy read this and have a discussion. For as long as Aku can remember, his first love has been outer space. Every day he plays tribute star with his best friends and dreams of becoming an astronaut. So when a mysterious astronaut helmet appears in his basement, Aku thinks it's the coolest thing ever. Scratch that. Discovering that the helmet can transport him through space is the coolest thing ever. The helmet lets Aku travel back and forth between Earth and the planet Ibra, where he meets extraterrestrial friends and explores their fascinating planet. But there's a problem. Space soldiers have invaded Ibra and are stealing its most precious resource, the Lunaberry. And they've also made things personal by kidnapping and holding Aku's grandfather captive. If Aku doesn't figure out something quickly, it could spell doom for his family and an entire planet. So this is Aku, a journey to Ibra, and yeah, like I said, my niece and I might end up buddy reading this one. A Day of Breath by Darby Cox. So those of you who've been around here every month, y'all know that I did a giveaway for this one a couple of months ago. I started this one. I started it. I read like chapter 1 and I'm like, oh, you know, this is a little bit more slower paced. And I think maybe I got finished on chapter 2. I can't remember. But I'm just like, I really want to take my time with this one. I have to be in the mood for it. I can't rush through it. So I decided to put it on pause, but now I'm ready to pick it back up. Ollie is Niwa's longest serving champion, a warrior given magical strength. She stands alone at the edge, protecting the kingdom from demonic hordes that emerge from a rift between the realms. But her powers are fading. She has to find a way to get them back, and fast. An answer comes when Heir Fallon, distraught when he is not chosen to be the next ruler of Nial, attempts to change his fate by convincing Ollie to leave the edge for the first time in 10 years for the Day of Breath. It's the one day a year demons can't breach the rift, and Fallon's invitation is a chance for Ollie to beg for her strength to be renewed. But reunited with family and regaining her strength is interrupted when parasitic demons spread through the kingdom, and on the one day it should be impossible. As Ollie grows weaker and Fallon struggles to take the throne, they have until midnight to find a way to stop the carnage before the rift awakes. So let me just tell you, I have been in the mood for a really good fantasy read, and I have not read a good epic fantasy in a while, so I'm hoping this one delivers. Cousins in the Time of Magic. This is another one that has been on my TBR forever, it feels like. By forever, I think I only got it at the beginning of last year, but still, far too long. And I actually did pick it back up a little bit towards the end of my vacation. I read a couple of chapters and I'm like, ooh. So definitely want to finish reading this one soon. History is alive with magic. That's what Zany Tia is always telling cousins Jorge, Camilla, and Siggy. Their aunt has many secrets, including a mysterious diamond-encrusted sword. A sword Jorge definitely wasn't supposed to see. Jorge's daredevil stunts often get him in trouble, though. He and his cousins couldn't be more different. Camilla is a dreamer who adores animals, and Siggy is an aspiring influencer who has an exclusive party to attend. But when the cousins stumble upon a time portal in their aunt's yard, they are transported back to 1862 and discover that the past is filled with wonders and dangers. To return to the present, they must race to deliver the sword to General Ignacio Zaragoza in time for the historic Battle of Pueblo in Mexico. The reason for celebrating Cinco de Mayo today. As their journey to Mexico takes them through the Civil War era United States, the cousins see just how much U.S. history has been shaped by Latin communities. They must find the power within themselves to make sure things happen as they're supposed to without altering the past. So I do love a good time travel mystery, especially ones that take you through history. So that intrigued me a lot, and I think this is going to be a fun read. From what I've read already, I like the characters so far. So that's what's on my plate for June so far. Let me know if any of these books sound interesting to you. If you like this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!